the sun is on the rise once again. We heard that things are going.
Honorable House of Representatives, and to be honorable is to come with distinction, eminence, integrity, and credibility. As we speak, you are the subject of a criminal indictment. And as such, for you to continuously preside over this House is to diminish the authority of the House of Representatives, and is for you to bring into public disrepute the credibility and integrity of members of this House, and to also make their re-election near impossible. And as such, Honorable Speaker, it is expedient, it is appropriate, it is in the interest of this House for you to seize the moral high grounds to recuse yourself from further presiding over this House. And I'd like to call on you, as per our rule, Rule 41.2, using power properly, and Rule 45, conflict of interest, that the only duty you had under these two rules, under these two provisions, is to recognize me. But to make a determination on this order, you are disqualified under these two rules, and I request that you recuse yourself so that the next in line can take over for us to proceed or to make a determination on this order. I submit.
Order, presiding. Order, presiding.
Communication wrong. Order, presiding.
Mr. Speaker, the rule starts you. Rule 41.2 and Rule 45 starts you. You cannot take it on an advisory. The next in line should decide and make a determination on my order. Under our rules, you have to accept or reject. Under those two provisions of the rule, you cannot accept, you cannot reject. The two provisions disqualify you. It is appropriate that the next in line takes the authoritative gavel and pass on the order. This is in the interest of this House, Mr. Speaker.
He go there, he look for you. That is overruled, but it's overruled.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues.
But Honorable Binney, the Speaker cannot continue to preside to decide this. It's a violation of the rule.
This is not hooliganism.
That's a wrong choice of word.
This is not hooliganism. We must be saber. We must be saber. We must be saber.
Context of the law. The brother cited the rule. JB, you are a subject of the law. No, all of us are under the authority of the law. If you want us to proceed.
I never tell somebody to say I want to materials. I will take it out. If we act, we are intimate. We are intimate. If you want, we are intimate. Jimmy, you don't know what. Jimmy, they go. Jimmy, you need to take that one back.
motion. If the motion is passed, then he resumes his seat. That's the parliamentary procedure. On the rebels. To speak, so allow our body to speak too. Don't leave the kind of criminality. Look, our country is very fragile right now. We need peace in this place. We cannot be fragmented like this. It's wrong. But then let's go by the procedures. You call a rule, read the rules. Our country is very, very, very volatile right now. We should be very careful. Very careful.
Legislature is a waste of time.
But the Bible says, woe to you that take good for evil and evil for good, bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter, light for darkness and darkness for light. Woe unto you. Curse be all of you who do that here. God will see you and expose you people.
That we need to be civil. We can disagree, but we have to disagree in civility. I feel strongly, as much as my colleague, Honorable Nukwe, is passionate about his belief that because you are indicted, you cannot preside. There are many of us who disagree, and it's all part of the legislative protocol. I feel strongly, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, that no matter how you stress or emphasize the word indictment, it amounts to allegation, nothing more than that. I want someone who is innocent under our law. That's not insult. Hooliganism is unruly behavior. That hooliganism, by definition. But what is it? Unruly behavior? It's part of that.
Okay, you are well behaved. You are well behaved.
I accept to take the war back so that we will be civil and discuss this issue. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, my colleague started on the premise that because you are indicted, you cannot preside. I disagree, and I know many persons here.
Information.
And he
You
on the basis of our law, is presumed innocent.
Yes.
Once you are innocent, there is nothing about being immoral. You are innocent, there is nothing about morality. Once you are innocent, you cannot punish a man who was elected constitutionally to preside. You cannot punish him when he's innocent. To ask him not to preside is a kind of judgment that you cannot perform your constitutional duty because you are innocent. That's exactly what you are saying. Because you are innocent, you cannot perform your constitutional duty. You talk about Article 41, Rule 41, clearly ends by saying in accordance with law. Due process. And some people, the matter is before the court. Let allow the court to act. Let be responsible.
I indicated in my concluding statement that I made an order and honor our practice and our rules. You either accept or deny the order. But in this case, under Rule 45, conflict of interest, you cannot decide my order. You cannot decide my order. Speaker, I said you cannot decide the order if we amount to conflict of interest. The next in line should preside and decide on my order.
Information to an individual speaking is part of our normal parliamentary procedure or deliberation. So I appreciate that Honorable Nukwe provided information, but that information is not useful for my debate. So can I proceed, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues.
That's not legislative.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. The minute we allow in this parliament or in any parliament around the world for fewer people to determine what the majority of the people will do, it ceases being a parliamentary body. It ceases being it. We must, in our disagreement, allow the normal parliamentary procedure to take its course. The issue before the court is not before this body. Let us proceed on our legislative matters, and it's important that we guide ourselves against wrong precedent. We must guide ourselves against wrong precedent. We do not want a situation where, but we allow you to learn, Mr. Honorable Nukwe. We do not want a situation. I don't want to be a part of a legislature, and I guess no Democrat wants to be a part of a legislature where, because the executive has a problem with an individual, you go get an indictment and then indirectly you control the legislature. We cannot allow that. It's before the court. Let the court handle the matter, and let us proceed into business. The minimum you can do, is to allow a vote on the process. You can be disruptive. We cannot be disruptive.
Information. It's clear and simple. Nobody should pretend here in this body that they love the speaker more than any other person. The issue at bar has got to do the issue at bar. The information here is simple, clear, and conspicuous. I would think that the best thing we can do under the circumstance, instead of building fences or trying to protect our speaker, we will be protecting our speaker more if we tell our speaker, given what is obtaining, given that he is undergoing a criminal investigation, to recuse himself, so that the deputy, and let not mess the two. Nobody is saying that the speaker should be removed. That is not the issue. The issue here is that he's undergoing a criminal investigation, and we will
this to the former deputy speaker. Can the former, there is no record yet. No. The record. It's not what he's saying. There's no record. There's no record. And let me tell you, the word recuse, when you say recuse is voluntary. So we're supposed to debate some other voluntary action. We can debate removal. And the law is clear. When you're talking about one recusing himself, it's voluntary. It is voluntary. If in your opinion there are reasons for the speaker not to preside, then that cause. If there are reasons for the speaker not to preside, then that constitutes cause. And the way to do it is to obtain tutor. If you cannot obtain tutor,
recusal can be done in two ways. The first, which is voluntary, soit spontané. The second, on the basis of a probable reason or a probable cause. Your colleague may ask you for the integrity of the institution to recuse yourself. But you say it is only voluntary. It is not only voluntary. Thank you.
In his wisdom, he has done nothing wrong. We now should establish it. Those of us who believe he should not preside, we should establish it as a cause. We should establish it as a cause. And the way to establish a cause is procedural. It's not a order which we move. The way to establish a cause in this legislature is to write it down and establish the number. If you cannot establish the number and decide to be disruptive, you are unparliamentarian. You cannot allow it, then we are not being civil. So yes, you can say because the speaker refuses to recuse himself, that constitutes cause. And if it has established cause, then of course, in my opinion, you must abide by the rule by having the appropriate number to get him out. It can't be by people behaving like this. Thank you.
Okay, you as a camera.
Our colleague from Diakite West is somewhat non-issue. And what is the issue? The issue relating for Mamadee County, the issue relating to the conversation for our colleague from Mamadee County has to do with the speaker who is presiding. Therefore, since the debate on the floor has to do with the speaker, it runs conflict of interest. Therefore, the speaker cannot preside or debate effectively to preside or conflict of interest. That's the information. Therefore, I recommend that the speaker recuse himself and provide his immediate deputy to preside. Because this debate is very important for the debate.
About rule quoted to you.
Read it. You're not getting it.
I may not be able to read it verbatim. No. I can tell you.
You have the right.
I will not be able to read it verbatim. Read it.
Bring the room.
I'll be asked to read it.
Yes. There you go, you go bring it. Read it now.
As per your request, I do read it.
Yes.
Where a member elected or dedicated by the House to perform a certain task found that the case at hand is related to his or her interest or that of a close relative, he or she shall withdraw from handling the case after notifying the House, the Speaker or the committee of which he or she is a member.
So who should notify? Who should notify?
They apply that the issue about concerns you.
Is it a complaint?
So there is
it a complaint? The second has to complain for you. Man, where?
people of District Number 13, Mr. Rowdy, that have delighted me to be here today. Also, this is my first statement on this particular issue relating to the Global Witness Report, the alleged Global Witness Report. Honorable Speaker and fellow colleagues, the first thing I would love to say on behalf of the District Number 13 people, the Honorable House of Representatives have been disrespected by the executive on the fact that since this issue of allegation came out, there have been no communication sent to this Honorable House, indicating that one member of your House, one representative of your House, we have such an allegation against him. In the spirit of coordination, it's our responsibility that we communicate. Since we have been hearing this issue, our Honorable House have been disrespected on a daily basis. This house has been charged with public disrepute by the people of Liberia.
That's true.
Let me also say this to my fellow colleagues. Every member of their house on a daily basis have been accused some way or the other. Why are those allegations coming up from our various districts? Decisions have never been taken by this Honorable House. Those allegations have been sentenced on the fact that until proof or evidence have been submitted to this Honorable House. Up to present, we stand here and we spend all of our time and energy that we should have been working in the interest of the people of this country. But we spend all of our time arguing, speaking on those issues, until the executive can recognize this Honorable House by sending a communication to us to discuss this matter, or furthermore with evidence, then we can proceed to have debate on this matter. So in the meantime, Honorable Speaker, while on my feet,
Those of our colleagues that have an issue that I'm going to be releasing the right to take.
No, not pulling anyone in the back. My position is clear. There are two issues here. One of the issues has to do with roll call quorum, which I think the court was very magnanimous in giving the House an opportunity to redeem itself. Unfortunately, the Speaker and his authority has disrespected it. So my lawyers have already filed a bill of information, and we await the court to speak on this matter.
Where they've asked the plenary to deal with it administratively, and the Senate, the committee is looking at it.
Mamadee, the Chief Justice gave us 2 days to resolve this matter. Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday there was no roll call. That's evidenced by the action. Today, Thursday, there was no roll call. So my lawyers will inform the court and the court will speak.
Do you see this going anywhere?
Well, I believe that my thing is constitutional. I'm within my right of being a power check. The matter of fact, one of the reasons I did not speak to the in session because by that motion, I'm not present in session. So I cannot take part in the debate that I'm not part of. So again, my lawyers will speak. I'm not here to create chaos or animosity. I'm here to protect and defend the Constitution. The other matter which regards the Speaker of the House himself, I think it's the right of the police to express it. I'm not going to beat drum or sit on his desk or do anything out of the way. If there's a vote, I will vote in favor of the Speaker recusing himself. If there's a resolution, I will sign in favor of the Speaker recusing himself. I don't have to display anything violent.
Well, are you afraid of being suspended as was in the case the last time?
No. I think I'm a mature person. I'm a law-abiding citizen. And I think the action the last time was inappropriate. And I think it's incumbent on one to realize a mistake when you make a mistake. I think raising an issue doesn't require anything physical. You don't have to sit on the decks like I wrongly did the last time and I regretted it, so I cannot repeat my mistake. You don't have to beat drum, you don't have to do anything other way. You can follow the law, you can express yourself freely, the Constitution protects you.
Well, was the colleague's actions were prudent?
Well, is that right? Is that right? I think there was entertained. There was an order placed from that was entertained by the Speaker. There was a healthy debate on the issue, and the issue came to rest when the Speaker asked him to reduce the writing. If there's a writing to that effect and I have to sign, I will sign. If there's a vote, I will vote.
And what would be your vote?
If there's a vote to ask the Speaker to recuse himself, I will vote asking him to recuse himself. If there's a resolution asking him to recuse himself, I will sign asking him to recuse himself. And that's my decision.
Thank you.
Bless my eyes this morning. The sun is on the rise once again. We heard that things are going